All right, so welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin.
I'm Tarsha.
And this is Conversations with the Crawleys, where we have conversations about faith, family, relationships, and we do recaps, reviews, and commentary of our favorite shows. This one is all about Krysten and Mitch of Married at First Sight Season 15 in San Diego. So listen, subscribe, like,
share.
Yep. And hit notifications. Got them all. All right. And then, so they pick up, of course, because they're back from honeymoon.
Right.
Moving into the apartments. Mitch has condoms falling out his bag. He's like, look, we had them all at the resort. We didn't use them, so...
Hey, so I'm going to bring the free stuff home. At some point, they're going to get used.
Because I don't feel like I have to run down to CVS if I got them all right here anyway.
Okay.
He does state that he is not feeling the same way he felt the previous week. So his overthinking and his just his overall way that he was responding and acting, he's not doing that anymore.
Correct.
So they're in a better place now than they were when she was like, hold on, Tiger.
Right.
I'm the captain now.
Right.
So they go to his house.
Mm-hmm. His room. His one bedroom. His studio.
Well, he actually had a bigger place than one of the other people, but his place was trash. Trash.
Out of all the homes, I think that was the worst out of every apartment we saw.
that I've seen. Now, I can't recall, not every house was in the history of Married at First Sight was perfect. I'm not so.
Oh, you talking about the history of Married at First Sight? I've never seen anything that bad. Yeah. Because I think we would have at least remembered the house.
Yeah.
But I was like, ooh. Because his bathroom, he was like, yeah, but I do my plants. And I'm like, but you don't rinse after your plants? Your bathtub out? That bathroom looked like my son's bathroom. He's 19.
Yeah.
I was not impressed.
It was, and then he had another room that he called his what was it, junk room or whatever?
Yeah, like his garage.
Yeah, and he had something from every era in there. It was bad. She's feeling anxiety because when you walk into somebody's house and you just like nothing's crawling on you, but you feel like stuff crawling, that's the kind of anxiety she felt, I think. I
would be like, you didn't even clean for me? Like, you didn't even try? I would like, I don't even see an effort. Because she asked him, so like, this kitchen,
when's the last time you cooked?
He was like, well, obviously get used. Like, well, but I can't tell when the last time it was used because you didn't clean it the first time you cooked in it a year ago. Like, what is this?
Like, there's the spaghetti from Tuesday.
Right.
There's the fried chicken grease from Thursday.
Right. I'm like...
His refrigerator.
It was just like... Yeah, she's like, I'm good. I'm waiting in the car for you and your stuff.
I'm just saying, if Mitch is ever invited, I don't think Mitch would be invited to the cookout, but if Mitch was invited to your picnic.
No. If Mitch invited you over, you just say, I can't make it.
Or you don't eat or drink anything. You don't eat anything for sure.
You're saying if he said he made something, which
I would, made something?
I think he wouldn't. But if he did make something, you wouldn't accept
unless it comes directly from the grocery store and it's like vacuum sealed already. Oh, that looks so good, Mitch. But no, it doesn't really sit with my stomach. Nah. Yeah, I'd be doing everything like Justin, just throwing it behind the back. This is some great potato salad. Nah.
But he decided to take a device that makes the water without fluoride in it with him. I'm like, okay, but maybe I need fluoride for my teeth because I don't want them to become soft. But anyway.
Yeah, there's debate, I know, over that. But she says she's never going back to that house again.
She's like, I ain't coming back in here. You might as well just go ahead and demo it. Because he don't need nothing out of here.
And then on the after party, she did talk about they go to the grocery store, and she can't go to her grocery store.
Right.
They've got to go to his special grocery store.
Right.
And he has a little fit or whatever. She brings home single-use plastic.
Right.
And then something about the fruit, like...
She was saying that you can't put the fruit in the little plastics that they give you.
He puts it in his fanny pack.
he puts it in his fanny pack, and then it comes out of his fanny pack right onto the conveyor belt.
That everything is on.
Yeah, because a lot of time that thing is dirty because blood from meat and different stuff. I have seen the cashier try to wipe it down with also disinfectant and everything, but you don't know how often that happens. And so she's like, that's gross. Yeah. So it's like, what germs do you want?
Right.
So I was thinking she may need to go online and look for some bags that are, breathable.
Mesh or something, yeah.
Yeah, mesh bags so she could put the fruit in for her to feel better. If not, now she needs to scrub the fruit and the vegetables with some type of...
Because she was like, she had to stand over away from
She had to leave, she said.
I understand, yeah.
So I was like,
So then they go to her place.
Right.
And her place is an oasis compared to his house.
Correct. Look a lot better.
Except for her dog.
Yeah, and that's that breed. Because she's in one room, too. Yeah. It's San Diego.
Yes.
So we know that rent is expensive.
Yeah. I had a cousin who lived in I think he still lives in San Diego, was in military and everything. And when he told me what they were paying for rent, I was like, dude.
Right. So it's understandable that they have studios because of how expensive everything is. But pugs, their face is smushed in. They have automatic breathing problems and stuff. So the dogs is hyperventilating for having the extra person in the place.
The dog has asthma. He got sleep apnea. He got,
oh my God.
What else did she say? Stomach issues. The dog has some of everything going on. Let's just pray for that dog.
I can't have a dog that has that
Stretch your hands for that dog.
I was like, that's too much. And so he looked like he about to have an anxiety attack because the dog is just like making so much loud noise. And he's like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
She said, other than that, she's like, we got to clean under his wrinkles and so he can breathe, because if he don't, he gonna pass out. It's just like, that dog's too much.
Yeah. So then they start talking about, where they are right now. She says she has no complaints right now. And she asks him whether he's been in love before. And he's like, no, he's not really been in adult grown relationship type of love.
Correct.
So then, they start defining what love means for them. And she gives him a thank you card, which was really nice.
Yeah.
And then she starts giving him some coupons.
Right. As she tells him, it's a recycled mason jar, and which is nice, right? She's considerate of his feelings and certain things. And they're sharing. One thing that she put on her coupon, it's triple X. So he couldn't say it out loud.
Right, they would have censored it.
So he was like, all right.
He was like, okay, all right. And then there's the one that she said expired that night was the bubble bath, which she was like, look, if you play your cards right, unless you say something dumb, things are gonna happen. They're gonna progress because it's feeling about right now.
Right. And so she's just letting him know, like, look, I'm saying I'm open to this. And I'm saying I'm allow it to lead wherever it goes. So she's communicating very loudly what she's expressing.
Yes. So then they have the meeting with Pastor Cal, looks like the next day.
Yeah.
And he does find out and they confirm that they did consummate their marriage. Now, but their approach to kind of how they're looking at this marriage is different than I think we've seen from other couples, because they're not making any plans beyond the 8 weeks. They're like, we're not even making plans beyond next week. We're taking it as it comes.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How does that work? Because and then it's like, why did they consummate if we're taking it? And I get you want to be slow, but there's slow and there's snail. It's like, you got to start talking about this because if there's any issues, you have to think this is the time where the experts are, I feel like they're more available to assist, where I know probably afterward they are, but now you can kind of decide if that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing they have to find out what their deal breakers are in their 8 weeks experiment, because as they said it, well, we're still strangers, like we only known each other for 2 weeks. So, they need to talk about how fast, because Pascal was like, well,
when y'all gonna have kids?
No. First thing, like, Do you know what each other make?
Oh, yeah.
No. Okay, you ain't talk about how y'all gonna mix your finances? Like, well, I guess we could talk about that. He was like, tell him right now how much you make. He's like, I know it's more. And he's like, oh, it's triple that. Oh, God. And then he tells her, and she's like, I just wanted someone passionate about their job. He seems to be able to take care of himself with his income.
He just can't afford cleaning products, but
if we can take care of each other, you know, and put it together, I'm just fine with that.
Yeah.
And then he is 41. Like, even his surfing going to cut down at some point, you know. So how do you work with that? And I know she's in her late 30s.
Yeah.
Right? She's in her late 30s. So if she's in her late 30s, it's very important that they do look within maybe a year's time, because the risk for her is even higher as you get older as a woman. It's just fact, you know. So those are a lot of things that play in place that they need to start thinking about and what that's going to look like for them.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, you know, it's just, I can't see waiting, if I'm 41, waiting a longer period of time to decide to have kids.
And they got to decide where they live.
Yes.
Because their apartment is going to be too small for a child. Is that going to help him to find something else within his passion?
And she needs to just assign him a garage in the back of the house that he can do whatever he needs to do with it. That way he doesn't mess up the rest of the house.
Yeah, but I mean, so I think they do need to speed it up, because they don't, she don't want pressure on him. He doesn't want pressure on him. But at the same time, I'm sorry, marriage is going to produce some pressures.
Yes.
But they can be good.
They can be.
They can move him along.
So, one other thing was on the after party, Krysten did talk about them consummating. And she's like, they need more time to have more time.
He was excited. It's been a minute. You know, get a little excited and quick.
Hey. And then Ben was like, oh, so 2 pumps and he's out. But Pastor Cal did tell them to act like you're married. Don't treat this like an experiment that you are going to get out of in, you know, a week by week basis.
Right.
Treat it like you're married, act like you're married, have those conversations like you're married. And then that way you'll see if this can move forward and go.
Right.
So, I am actually back where I could see them working together.
Oh, yeah.
As a couple.
I really felt they had a connection when they were on the couch and they were hugging, you know, and he seemed more relaxed instead of so tense.
As long as he doesn't get in his own way again.
Yes. And that's the main thing, right?
Because I think she genuinely likes him.
Oh, I think she does.
Is feeling him, right?
Yeah, I think they're the same thing for him.
Yeah.
It's just now just finding out the balance to be able to move forward.
Exactly.
Because I'm sorry, you're married. Her having a baby is going to be pressure on him. Like, how can I step up? Because you're going to need a bigger spot. We're going to need, you know, everything can't be recycled for a child.
Yes. And he might have an issue with Pampers.
Ooh.
He might have an issue with Pampers.
And they're going to have to talk through that.
Because, you can do cloth diapers, but who's going to wash them all the time?
Yeah, and if you're going to go with services that are more natural, you're going to have to make money to cover those services.
Yep. So
that's a very good point.
All right. So look, that's it for this one. We'll see what happens as the weeks come ahead. And then make sure you check out the other videos that we're doing on the other couples. And we'll see you next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.